I am Joyce Lubiano Salinas, your best and freshman students of Leyte Normal University San Isidro Campus under Entrepreneurial Behavior Management subject. Here is my video recitation to the following task. So the first question is how an entrepreneur works with a businessman. So we all know that the entrepreneur will be the one creating or making new ideas in business, and the businessman will be the one using their ideas in making it in reality. Then the second question is this: explain the behavior or attitude of an entrepreneur. So there are many behaviors or attitudes of a certain entrepreneur, and one of these is having a passion. We all know that entrepreneurs should be passionate about their ideas, goals, and of course, in their companies. This passion is what drives them to do what they want to do. Also, being flexible. Entrepreneurs experience setbacks. There are hurdles to overcome on any journey. Not everyone handles change or disappointment. However, entrepreneurs must possess flexible mindset so they can alter a course that seems to be headed toward failure. Flexible entrepreneurs should be aware that they may have to modify the road toward their established goal, or even perhaps tweak that established goal in order to reach it successfully. Entrepreneurs are also known as risk takers. Being a risk taker person, they need to explore the unknown. One cannot discover something unique, and this uniqueness might make all the difference. They're always ready in investing lots of things. They invest their money, their time, and their effort, but they always have a backup for every risk they take. And also, having a strong desire to achieve. As an entrepreneur, you should have a strong desire to achieve, because when we say successful entrepreneurs, they are achievement-oriented. They need a strong motivator for them to succeed. Despite of some barriers or setbacks where we can't avoid having this one, we still need to lift our head high for us to achieve our goal. So the next question is what factors that can affect the culture of an organization. So there are many factors that can affect the culture of an organization, and these are the gender, region, organization strategy, industry, leadership, and the employees. Then next question is how an organization will live longer. So in order for organization to live longer, they need to engage in ongoing planning with a realistic vision and establish realistic vision of the future. And one of it is using of disciplined approaches to developing leadership and executive skills, implementing sound fiscal management, and learn to adapt to changing circumstances. And lastly, building substance into the enterprise. Always maintain a motivation and control growth so that organization can live longer and really effective. So next is when can we say that organization is a powerful tool for human being? We can say that the organization is a powerful tool for human being because it can make us to be united in achieving some goals, and the company will run it smoothly. The next is why divisional structures are very important for human being. So divisional structures are very important for human being. It is because the works or the things that needed to be done in an organization is divided into what we call departments. Because it improves smoothly, and they will just do what the rule needed to be done. So the next question is give the different rule or functions of line and staffing organization. So the line organization is most common in our business economy and especially among large enterprises. And staff organization is basically advisory in nature and usually does not possess and command authority over line managers. So there are also two types of staff organization, which is the general staff and specialized staff. Then the next question is what are the employees' role in the organization? In organization, the roles of the employees are to promote company's culture and create and review organization culture, where employees is needed to have a part to play in playing their role to portray the positive attributes and knowing the positive values, behaviors, and practices to ensure a conducive environment to work in and follow them religiously. Also, they have the role to create the kind of culture they would like to work from positivity. Then the next question is why committee structural is important to organization. So committee structural is important to an organization. It is because committees and task force can collect information and analysis which they are more likely to come up with solutions to complex problems. So the next is explain the advantages of a committee of an organization. So the first advantages is pooling of opinions. So every members of an organization brings different backgrounds, values, viewpoints, and abilities. So these wide-ranging abilities result in a greater knowledge base that results in better quality decision. So the second advantage is improved cooperation. So the members of the committee usually get to know each other well and thus search others' point of view with respect. They are willing to cooperate and coordinate, especially when they become aware of the rule. Then the next is executive training. The committees provide an excellent training ground for young executives. They get exposed to various viewpoints and tend to think in a liberal manner and get to understand how collective decisions are made. The next is continuity. Most committees do not replace all of their members at some time, so that some new members can still join and all members while the other members remain, and thus the continuity of operation is maintained. Then the next is communication. A committee can be excellent forum for management and workers to have simultaneous communication and discuss matters of common interest in an atmosphere of goodwill and understanding and reach some mutually benefiting conclusions. Then the last advantage is better chances of recommendations to be accepted. So a committee recommendation is much more likely to be accepted than an individual recommendation. Then the next is the disadvantages of committees in the organization. So the first one is time and cost. So the very structure of the committee is a costly affair in terms of money and time. The nature of it is such that everyone has an equal chance to speak out and take part in discussion, and this can be very time consuming. Then the second is compromise. So usually there is a tendency to present anonymous decisions, and hence a majority viewpoint is taken as representative even when the minority viewpoint is valid. Then the next is personal prejudice. Sometimes, winning an argument or getting back at somebody for personal reasons may give the problem a secondary priority, thus diluting the strength of the decisions. Then the fourth disadvantage is log rolling. This term is coined for wheeling and dealing with political interests and purposes. These political pressures may come from the top management that wants a particular point of view to dominate in the committee discussions. Then the next is the strain on interpersonal relations. So this one is disadvantage also because in committee meetings there is tendency that everybody wants to please everybody else. Otherwise, any displeasure within the committees can strain working relations outside the committee too. And the last one is lack of effectiveness. Certain issues are better solved by individuals rather than committees. The committees are very useful in handling grievances and interdepartmental problems, but they are not effective in formulating such policies which individual initiative and creativity